In this video, we're going to look at how to change between moles and grams of a substance using a conversion formula. As I take notes on the screen, it'll match the notes on your paper, so you are going to copy them down. At some points, I will ask you to hit pause and try a problem yourself, and then once you're finished, you can hit play. There are some questions in here where you will try it on your paper and answer in the Google form. So you have to pay attention to what the video or what I am saying, and make sure you get all the information down. Okay. So in order to change between units, we're going to use a conversion formula. Now, this formula needs to be used every single time you have a question. I am specifically looking for how you set it up, because how you set it up can determine how you put it in your calculator and whether you will get the question right or wrong. So the formula needs to be written out on your paper every single time. It starts with our given number from the question out front. And now our given number is in our old units. Our old units is just the units that come with the number that they gave you to start with. We are going to multiply it by our conversion factor. On the top of the conversion factor, you will have your new units. So what you want to find, and then your old units go on the bottom so that they cancel out with the number in front. And you're left with just your new units in your answer. Now, what is a conversion factor? A conversion factor is a ratio used to convert or change from one unit to another. So if I wanted to see how many inches are in 3 feet, I would use the conversion factor 1 inch equals, oh, that's not right, 1 foot equals 12 inches. And I would use that to be able to see how many inches are in the amount of feet I was given. So it's just like a standard number or amount per the other amount. Okay. Now we are going to look at how we can use moles to quantify matter and reaction, and we kind of looked at this equation before, the ingredients to make a sandwich equation. We're going to use it again in a different problem and practice setting up this equation. Every time you get a question, there are a few things you need to do. First is please make sure you read the question entirely. If you had 288 slices of turkey, how many sandwiches could be made? Now that I know the question, I can go back and label the question. And this is an important step that a lot of people skip, but you shouldn't, because it helps you determine where the information needs to go. So I'm first gonna label the number that they gave us to start with. 288 slices of turkey. This is my given number. I also know that my units with it are all my old units. So I'm gonna write old units with the given number. I also need to identify what are my new units. What do I want to find? So the question says, how many sandwiches? Sandwiches are what we're looking for. They're what I want. So those are going to be my new units. It's important to know what are your old units and what are your new units, because they need to be placed properly in your conversion factor in the parentheses to get the correct answer and cancel out the unwanted units. So our conversion factor is how many slices of turkey there are in one sandwich. So one sandwich is equal to 4 slices of turkey. If you remember earlier, I said there are two numbers in a conversion factor, our new units and our old units. So we want to label those so we can use them in our equation later. So our old units match the units of our given number. They said turkey is our given units. our old units. So that is going to be our old unit. Our new units is what I want to find. Since I want sandwiches, this is going to be my new. Now we can take all of this information and set it up in the equation. So you start with your given number, which is 288 slices of turkey. And you are going to multiply it by your conversion factor. We're going to put our old units from our conversion factor on the bottom. So 4 slices of turkey. Make sure you put the units with the numbers so you know where those numbers belong to. Our new units, what I want to find is sandwiches. So the one sandwich is going to go on top, and I'm just going to abbreviate that. So you can go ahead and put this in your calculator. If you don't know how to put it in your calculator, you start by putting the given number out front, multiply it by parentheses, top number divided by your bottom number. You can pause here to calculate. But your answer is going to be 72. And then the unit is sandwiches because our turkey unit canceled out. And we are left with just what we wanted. So just to recap, read the question, label your old units, your given number, label what you want to find your new units, determine what is your old and new units in your conversion factor, and then set it up. We're going to look at how to use this equation in question where we need to change between grams and moles. So I'm going to do the same thing. All of your old units are going to be labeled in blue. All your new units are going to be in red. And your conversion factors are going to be in this orange color. Okay. So we are going to read the question and then set it up in the equation. Given number times your conversion factor with your old units on the bottom and new units on the top. Okay. Our first question is how many moles is 180 grams NaCl? So I am going to start by circling my given number, 180 grams of NaCl. I'm going to label it as my given slash my old units. And then I also need to label what do I want to find. It says how many moles. This is going to be my new unit because this is what I want. When you are going between grams and moles of a substance, the conversion factor is 1 mole is equal to its mass from the periodic table. So the mass of NaCl would be Na plus Cl, which is going to be 58.44 grams. Since I've started with grams, that is going to be my old units in my parentheses. And because I want to find moles, that is going to be my new unit in my parentheses. So now that we have all the information we need and we know where to go, we can set it up. We're going to start by putting our given number out front, which is 180 grams NaCl, and we're going to multiply it by our conversion factor. So 58.44 grams, that is our old unit. That's going to go on the bottom. And because I want to find moles, the 1 mole from my conversion factor is going to go on top. So my grams cancel out. You can go ahead and pause to put this in your calculator. If you're not sure how to put in your calculator, you can continue watching. So 180 times parentheses top divided by bottom. So 1 divided by 58.44 grams. Parentheses, enter. Your answer to this question is going to be 3.08 moles NaCl. Make sure you put both moles and the substance because you need to know what that number is representing. I'm going to pause the video here and I want you to try the next question to the right. How many moles are in 100 grams of CaCl2? Once you solve it, I want you to put your answer in the Google form and then continue with the video for number 5. So pause here, you try it, and then continue for number 5 or 4. Continue for number 4. Here in this question, it says how many grams are in 5 moles of NaCl? So now we're going the other direction. We're starting with moles and ending with grams. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to label my question. So 5 moles, that's my given number in my whole units. And I want to find how many grams my conversion factor is going to be 1 mole is equal to its mass. Because I'm working with NaCl, the mass is going to be 58.44. Now I need to label what's my old unit in my conversion factor as a new unit. So my old unit is moles because it matches our given number. And my new unit is what I want to find, which would be grams, because that's what they're asking for. And now I can put it all into our conversion formula. So I'm going to start with the number they gave us, 5 moles NaCl, and I'm going to multiply that by my conversion factor. I'm going to use the numbers for my conversion factor in the parentheses. Because 1 mole is our old unit, it's going to go on the bottom to cancel out. Grams is what I want to find, that's my new unit, so 58.44 grams is going to go on the top, so the answer is in grams. Pause here to put this in your calculator, and then hit play when you check your answer. Your answer should be 292.2 grams NaCl. Make sure you circle it. I want you to try the question to the right. How many grams are in 85 moles of CaCl2 on your own on your paper? Put your answer into the Google form. Once you are done doing this question, you are going to try number 5A and 5B on your own. And again, make sure you write your answers out on the paper and put your answers into the Google form. If you get these questions wrong, it will send you to a video that explains how to do the problem. That is the end of this video on how to change between grams and moles and grams.